are back in studio. Joining us now is Liis the body confidence champion and creator of a new online and social media site, Body Love series.
Yes.
Tell us about the Body Love series.
Well, I've been on an interesting health journey, and it's taken me down an interesting path the last few years, and I've always been a body image advocate. I've been a curvy model for, oh my gosh, almost 25 years now. And in my health timeout, as I like to call it, my spiritual timeout, I just got to a level of appreciation for my body that was literally off the charts, and just really appreciated movement and, you know, being able to walk and talk and get out there every day. And the more I was in this timeout, the more the messaging really hit home to me that, you know, we're giving all this message by the media and magazines and, you know, through friends, even comments we give back and forth to each other about negative body talk. And I just wanted to get to a point where we love ourselves today. You know, sure, we all want to tweak things and we all want to make improvements in our lives, but to know that we are fabulous as we are. And let's jump from a place of positivity and really embrace body love and create that conversation so that the girls that are younger than us and the little girls and our nieces and our daughters hear a different message.
Liis, let me ask you, we've had this conversation has been going on, and what do you think is the problem that it's not getting through when we hear stats about 8 to 9-year-olds who are on diets? What are we doing wrong? We as women who try to spread that message to our daughters and younger women.
Well, I think we're being bombarded by messaging. It's coming at us every single day. I talk to young girls a lot doing body image courses and lectures, and I tell them, you see up to 3,000 commercials a day. And they say, that's crazy. No, we don't. And then when I start breaking it down from the minute they wake up, what impressions they're getting and what they're seeing, they start to realize how much they're absorbing, even before they might even get to school in the morning, or commercials on TV, signs on a bus stop, on a garbage pail. We're just being bombarded. But it's also the conversations we're having. Maybe it's something as simple as, but not so simple, as a little girl seeing her mom or her older sister get on a scale every single day, and all of a sudden that messaging to her, oh, this is normal.
But what about campaigns like Kellogg's campaign, Own It?
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I absolutely love it. But do we just need more of that?
We do need more of that. And that's why I said I wanted to start a body love conversation, because it is getting out there. And every time I think, oh, maybe we are talking about it too much. Maybe it's getting better. You hear stats or you hear a new story in the news and you realize, no, we're not talking about enough. We have to keep up the conversation because we need to hear it. Little ears need to hear it. And one message I really want to share with everybody is that let's get away from the diet talk and let's get to accomplishment talk. That's one of my big things. We're so talking about what's on the scale, what size is on your bathing suit, what size is on your dress. Why don't we celebrate our accomplishments and stop worrying so much about that?
All right, so you're saying you want women and girls to start concentrating on the shape of their lives versus the shape of their bodies.
Exactly.
Now, this transformation or in thought processes came to you after you were diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases, right?
Yes.
Can you explain those and how it affected your life?
Yeah, well, I've always been proud of my body and love my body, and I was a curvy model, but I was also working out 3 to 5 times a week. I was a regular boot camper, and I did it because I loved it. I didn't do it to lose weight, and in 2011 at the gym, I literally fell off the treadmill and right into the wall, and from that day on, I thought, you know, I'm really having some health issues. What's happening here? And in 2011, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease of the thyroid. And then in 2013, I literally couldn't walk or talk properly. I was stabbing myself in the face with my fork. I couldn't do up buttons. I literally thought, you know, something really serious was happening. I got diagnosed with a really rare disease called gluten ataxia, which in essence was was causing an attack on the part of my brain responsible for all motor skills. So in that whole journey, I really learned, you know, how do I get my legs moving properly today? How do I get my arms and my brain and the messaging to all my limbs? So it's an ongoing I say ongoing health homework still to keep things normal. And it's only in the last few months that I've been able to get out again and talk properly. And even as of last summer, I was still thinking, do I get a wheelchair? Because I was just so exhausted all the time. And
how did you do that?
How did I do?
Yeah. How did you sort of get yourself back to what was normal?
Yeah, well, I had to, first of all, I had to go on a strict gluten-free diet because gluten was causing an autoimmune attack in my body.
Okay.
But also from there, I did a lot of physiotherapy. I went outside the box and did, just tried to think, what are the things in my life that I can do, small tweaks here and there on products I buy, on the way I live my life. I started meditating every day. I learned to eat a little differently. I had to adopt a paleo lifestyle because that was really what essentially healed my body. And just completely reorganizing my life.
I think, you're probably right that most people don't appreciate their health as a number one priority until they have a condition or they get sick.
Until we fall apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I would like to try to help people be proactive now so you don't have to completely fall apart and then scramble to pick up the pieces. Because if I would have had a lot of the information years ago, I would love to have changed a lot of things that I've done to maybe stave off this from happening and being so serious.
So what shape does the Body Love series take?
So I'm having a lot of conversations in different ways. And one of them that I'm really proud of is we're having regular Twitter chats. And so it's called the hashtag BLC, Body Love Conversation. And I have another one on next Wednesday, with a wonderful woman named Krista Henderson. And she's a body love activist. And she has Born to Reign Athletics. So she's a plus size athlete, which is amazing. So I'm having different conversations every other Wednesday with different women to have conversations around body image. But maybe it's in a different category, like one person's a beauty expert, one person might be in the curvy industry. So doing that, and also doing regular posts on liisonlife.com, my website, to get people thinking about body conversation in a different way.
So we are speaking about the Body Love series, but you also have a list of 8 easy ways to start loving your body without stepping on a scale or counting a single calorie. Now, number 1 is food is your friend. Have fun with it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, especially you go into a new year and food is demonized. And to me, food is healing for me. It's allowing me to talk to you today. So I think there's so many things that we can do. I tell people make it fun. Experiment with things. Like some things I have here are, go grab a great book. I hang out at Indigo all the time. So grab a book. It could be something about vegetarianism. It could be, something about like raw cooking, like raw meal preparation, something like that. And for myself, I do paleo. I eat paleo. So this book's really fun, and it's one that I actually got for Christmas.
Clean eating with a dirty mind.
With a dirty mind. So I don't, for me, it's trying to get the sugar down to heal myself, but there are treats, and it's just changing the perspective of how you live your life. And get your kids having fun with food. Go buy some interesting vegetables or fruits you've never tried. And, if you don't love it, it could be really funny.
And you also like organic.
Yeah, I love organic too. So if you can, try to get something organic versus, and cut down on the pesticides used where you can. Little steps, little things that we do make a big difference.
Well, you have here Dirty Dozen, the Dirty Dozen for organics. What is that?
So EWG, or the Environmental Working Group, puts out a list every year, and they call it, the Clean 15 or the Dirty Dozen. And the Dirty Dozen basically are, produce that have a lot of pesticide use on them. So I know for some people that buying organic, it's
expensive.
It's expensive. It is. It's expensive for me, and it's out of a lot of people's budget. But maybe if you look at it and you think, oh, our family eats a lot of apples, and if that's going to be high on the list of pesticides,
then buy those organic.
Buy the organic one. And I love, you can go on their website and they have a handy little cutout, which I actually put in my wallet, because we have so much stuff we want to remember, good stuff, and you can put it in your wallet and refer to it, and just make small changes for a healthier life.
So buy inspiring activewear. So colorful clothing to make you feel great about getting out and being active, to celebrate every accomplishment. But I love the comfort and ease of activewear. But, you know, walking around in yoga pants all the time, I mean, you get trashed in the media. It's like, what, can these moms never get out of their yoga pants? What's going on? So
they're comfortable,
they are.
Well, what they say is leggings are not pants, ladies.
Yeah. Or my husband, if he sees yoga pants and Ugg boots one more time, I'm no longer allowed to own Ugg boots because he's just like, put on a pair of proper boots.
Hey, we do get into our comfort zones, yes. Well, I think it's good, though, because instead of going to a gym and thinking, okay, I'm going to burn this many calories and I have to become this weight, why don't we just get out there and be excited? And even if it's something like, oh, I never go for a walk with my kids, great. If your accomplishment is starting to get out to go for a walk with your kids, even if it's going around the block, it doesn't have to be a 5K. Like, I was at a Deschanel, and I just love stuff like this, like,
What does it say?
It says stronger than most.
Stronger than most.
I don't know. I like to wear clothing that gives me good energy. I say it's good energy by osmosis if it's on your skin. I don't just think of exercise as fun or movement as fun. It doesn't even have to be considered a workout.
Mm-hmm. And you like the idea of an inspiration jar. Explain
I do.
that.
So I came up with this idea years ago with my nieces. We started putting messages in a jar, and it sort of morphed into this idea of an inspiration jar. So you could do it on your own. Just grab a jar or go to a local dollar store, and you can either take quotes that you like from a store and put them in daily and pick one out, or you can do it as a family. So maybe each member of the family will have a different color, and you could write a message to mom or your partner or your kids, and then just pluck one out every day. Or, you decide once a week and you have this little inspiration. So it's a little gift, and maybe you tuck it in your pocket and you read it later, and it's a little pick-me-up. And it could be body love messages. It could be any kind of messages. Like, you could say, your husband could fill it out and go, honey, I love your legs. Or your eyes are gorgeous. Or it could be, you light up a room.
Mm-hmm. Now, you've written a blog for us with some of these breakdowns. That's
Yes.
up on our site, whatshesaid.radio.com, so you'll be able to check it out there. And how else can people connect with you? You talked about the hashtag is BLC, and the Twitter party is...
Yeah, the Twitter party will be on next Wednesday, and I'm at Liis on Life. That's my social media handle. You can find out all the information
It's
on...
Liis,
yes,
right?
Liis
Okay.
on Life.
I love that spelling.
So it makes it easy. And then my website is liisonlife.com, so you can find all the information on the homepage there.
Yeah, and the other thing is to check your makeup.
Check your makeup
That's
for
a
sure.
big thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that from now on.
Why? How are we rethinking makeup?
Well, I had to rethink my makeup literally because for me, I have to look at every product as being gluten-free. That's really important for me. So I had to, and I had to cut down on what was going on my skin. It's our largest organ. So I tell people if you find it really confusing, if there's a lot of labels out there, go somewhere. Like, one place I love to go is the Big Carrot. And, there's so many amazing brands. Like, this is, one brand, Gabriel Cosmetics from there. And it's just taking the toxins down.
Yeah.
And every little tweak we can do to take the toxins down. And I say go to a place like that because they have the information. They've done a lot of the sleuthing for you. They've done a lot of the research. So if you're confused, they've already done a lot of the work for you.
But for women who don't live in Toronto, is
Yeah.
there a website where we can go and find out how makeup is?
Yeah, and the one we were talking about earlier, EWG, if you go there as well, they break down makeup brands. You can enter different ones in there, and they'll give you information about that.
Wonderful idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, and good luck with your latest venture.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, we will be right back here on Sirius XM, Channel 167, with more What She Said after the break. Don't you dare go away.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.